Welcome to Storied Audio. Emma always said her boyfriend, Nick, lived in two worlds. One was the warm, familiar world they built together, shared breakfasts, quiet evenings, the way he kissed her forehead before leaving for work. The other was the world he disappeared into whenever he packed a suitcase and said he had another tech conference. For 4 years, she believed him. Why wouldn't she? He was gentle, attentive, and looked at her like she was the only steady thing in his life. But lately, something felt wrong. It started with the little things. A story he told about a conference in Chicago didn't match the weather there that week. A hotel he claimed to stay at didn't show up on her search. And sometimes, when he was supposedly at a networking dinner, her calls went straight to voicemail for hours. And she wondered why he stayed in such great shape for someone who just works with computers all day. Her friends whispered the same warning. He's cheating. He's lying. No man is that unavailable unless he's hiding something. Emma refused to believe it. Nick wasn't perfect, but he loved her. She felt it in every touch, every look, every quiet moment. But love didn't erase the knot in her stomach. Love didn't explain the locked office in their home, the one he never let her enter. One night, after he left for yet another conference, she stood outside that locked door, heart pounding. She told herself she wouldn't do it. She told herself she trusted him. But trust had been eroding grain by grain, and tonight it finally collapsed. She picked the lock with trembling hands. The office looked normal at first. Neat desk, dual monitors, stacks of tech manuals. Nothing suspicious. Nothing incriminating. She almost laughed at herself. Then she opened the closet. Behind the coats, her fingers brushed a seam in the wall. A hidden latch. A disguise panel. She pushed, and the back wall swung inward. Her breath caught. A secret room. A whole secret life. Maps pinned with colored markers. Surveillance photos. A wall of encrypted monitors. Tactical gear. Weapons, real ones. Not props. Not collectibles. Weapons meant for someone who expected danger. Her knees nearly gave out. Nick wasn't cheating. He was something far worse. A criminal. A spy. A man she didn't know at all. She fled the house with nothing but her purse and her shaking breath, driving straight to her sister's home. When she finally collapsed on the couch, she sobbed until her chest hurt. Her sister held her. What did he do? I don't know, Emma whispered. I don't know who I'm dating. Nick returned home 2 days later, suitcase still in hand, humming softly, until he noticed the silence. The untouched mail. The unanswered texts. The house that felt wrong. Then he saw it. The closet door open. The hidden room exposed. His heart dropped. He called her phone. No answer. Called her friends. Nothing. Finally, in desperation, he called her sister. She answered with fury. What did you do to her? Is she there? Please, let me talk to her. No. She doesn't want to hear from you. The line went dead. Nick barely slept. He paced the house, replaying every moment, every lie he told in the name of protecting her. He had always known this day might come, but he never imagined the look she must have had when she discovered the truth. The next morning, he drove to her sister's house. He didn't care if she yelled. He didn't care if she slammed the door in his face. He just needed her to hear him. When Emma stepped outside, her eyes were red, guarded, wounded in a way he had never seen. Please, he said, voice cracking. Just give me a chance to explain. She hesitated, then nodded stiffly. They walked down the quiet street, the air thick with everything unsaid. Emma, he began, I've never cheated on you. Not once. Not ever. She swallowed hard. Then what are you, Nick? Because I saw that room. I saw the guns, the maps, the surveillance. You lied to me for years. I know, he whispered, and I'm sorry, more than you can imagine. But I wasn't lying to hurt you. I was lying to keep you safe. She turned to him, eyes shining with betrayal. Safe from what? He took a breath, the kind of breath a man takes when he's about to tear open the life he spent years hiding. I don't just work in internet security. Not really. I work for a government task force. We track dangerous people, traffickers, fugitives, cybercriminals. Sometimes we apprehend them. Sometimes it gets messy. Emma stared at him, stunned. I didn't tell you because the less you knew, the safer you were. If anyone ever found out about you, about us, his voice broke. I couldn't risk it. She looked away, tears slipping down her cheeks. "You should have trusted me." "I know," he said softly, "and I hate myself for not doing that. But I swear to you, every moment I was away, every time I couldn't answer the phone, every lie I told, it was never because I didn't love you. It was because I do." Silence stretched between them, heavy but shifting, no longer sharp with fear, but aching with truth. Finally, she whispered, "I thought you were cheating, or that you were some kind of criminal." He shook his head, stepping closer. "I'm not a criminal, and I would never betray you like that. You're the only thing in my life that feels real." Her breath trembled. I didn't know what to believe." "Then let me fix that," he said. "No more secrets. Not from you. If you want to know everything, I'll tell you. If you want me to quit, I'll do it. I just don't want to lose you." Emma looked up at him, really looked, and saw the man she loved, the man who loved her fiercely, the man who had been carrying a burden alone for far too long. She stepped into his arms. "I don't want to lose you either," she whispered. "But you have to promise me no more lies." "I promise," he said, holding her like she was the only safe place he had left. And for the first time in months, the knot in her chest loosened. The fear faded. The love remained. From that day forward, they rebuilt everything, not on secrecy, but on trust. And in that honesty, their relationship became stronger than it had ever been. Subscribe to the channel for more audio stories.